Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a reading for the group, the unit of EXO-CBX. I believe I read on Twitter that they are against having like a legal battle with the SEM, the company. So yes, I'm going to pull cards to see each different side and to see what's ahead for them, what's available. So yeah, of course, like have in mind, this is only a tarot reading. I see it from an energetic point of view. I do not claim I know these people. But yeah, since I had read for the group last year, I believe I dedicated a reading for them. And also I love EXO as a group. So yeah, let's see what the tarot has to say about this situation today. So yes, I placed EXO-CBX, I placed them on the left, and SM Entertainment, I placed them on the right. And the cards in the middle are the outcome or just like sort of advice for them for this year about this matter. So yeah, let's begin. From EXO's perspective, EXO-CBX, the members, we have the Five of Pentacles, we have the Four of Swords, and the Star card. So honestly, I think that the group has been struggling a lot with this. There's this strong feeling of like feeling like this is intentional towards them. You know, the Five of Pentacles, it feels like I don't know, it feels like you know when you feel so, it's not about being sad, but you feel so disappointed because it seems like the attacks or the disagreements, like it's always with them. You know, from their perspective, it seems like this is personal. You know, like it's always with them. Like whenever they need something, whenever they want a kind of information, there's always silence from the other side, or there's always this miscommunication, and I think that it makes them feel awkward in general. I believe they don't know how to work in SM anymore. Like it feels like you know, when it comes to them, nothing is available, something is broken, something is interrupted, something happens. So for them, it's so like energetically, I think that I feel it like you're like, I don't want to go to work to that place, I don't want to go there, because I know that as soon as I step into the place, there's always going to be this huge negativity. And probably there's not communication, but there's this passive aggressiveness. So they always feel like, oh, you are the ones, like you know, like it's always their fault or something happens, and there's this animosity, definitely. Like when it comes to them, like there's nothing available for them. So they feel like it's targeted against them. The Four of Swords is like, I believe that they also they had been patient. There's something about them just not reacting or overreacting. I think that also they could have actually been a bit much more scandalous. I would say, like they could have created a huge deal out of this, but they decided to remain silent and quiet for a while. But I think that the treatment towards them and everything that has to do with what they believe that they deserve is always like trying to make them feel guilty for something. So I feel like you know, it's impossible to work like this. You know, I think that you as a person, you feel like you have no value, like you are the worst of the worst. There's this strong shaming, I would say, and blaming of a lot of things. Probably people calling them names, like, you know, it's nasty. And I think that they are just so, they just don't want to go to work in there. They don't want to go and have like a meeting, they don't want to go. And like I believe that probably they do it because they are professionals, but the energy feels very low and so negative, and they feel so drained. You know, when you don't want to go to that place, you don't want to go because you know that everyone is against you. So I believe that they try to make it as private as possible, but I believe that they waited and waited and waited. They were like, okay, I'm waiting for a response. Okay, I'm waiting. You are giving me nothing. I'm waiting. You're giving me nothing. Like again, you're pushing me to a side. There's a lot of silence. You are not communicating. I'm waiting, and nothing happens. There's a bit of gaslighting, I would say. Like they are being gaslighted. Because I think that if they react, it's like, oh no, these people again causing problems, you know, something like that. So I think that with the star, they are sort of like waiting for destiny or karma to do what is best. You know, they are like, they are not, they feel very discouraged, honestly, to have to deal with this situation again. But they are not like in a rush. They are not worried. They actually just want a result. And I think that with the star, there's something about them trusting and having this almost like religious point of view, like, you know, very spiritual, like believing like, okay, whatever is meant to be is going to be. Like they are not on the defense. They are not you know, planning something. Like, no, they're just quiet. They just want to get this over with. And they are not, they just feel so mistreated, you know, like they don't feel like they are being treated with decency. So there's this feeling of like, oh, you always treat me bad. Like it's always us. But with the star, it's like, you know, we are still stars. We are still shining. And we believe that if we are right, that we will remain decent. We will not overshare or do something like strategically just outrageous to you know, like a sort of call to action that is like, you know, is going to be like, you know, very publicized. They are like, no, whatever we have to say or what we have to do in order to get an answer or a resolution is going to be very peaceful. They actually are not like, they're not going to make a huge deal out of this. And they are like, we are waiting for destiny to do the part, you know. And from SM Entertainment, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Page of Swords, and we have the Hermit. So I think that for them it is a bit like, yeah, it could be a bit of gaslighting because I see the Knight of Cups and the Page of Swords. So it's like this passive aggressiveness of like, no, we are always open to communicate with these people. Like we're always so welcoming. We're always so generous with them. You know, we always receive them with open arms. And like we cannot believe that we had given them everything, and they still attack us. You know, we have the Page of Swords in here, so they could also like strike back and just you know, said in a statement or post something to defend themselves, but from a place of, oh, poor me, that we are so loving, that we are so generous with them, and look what they're doing to us. We cannot understand what is going on. You know, them definitely have this passive aggressiveness. I think that they are trying to make themselves look like, oh, we have given them so much all these years. We don't know what is going on in here. So you know, but the Page of Swords is also someone that could be a bit relentless when it comes to, and also impulsive when it comes to their statement or what they're about to say or respond. So in the case of the guys of EXO-CBX, I see the Four of Swords, and SM has the Page of Swords. So I wonder if they are going to strike back, if SM is going to strike back, is going to send a message, or is going to, I don't know, like just attack them with documents, information. But I think that they can actually like want to take the lead. You know, they actually like their speech is going to sound very ambiguous, because it's like, okay, we start with this Knight of Cups that is like, oh no, but we are so open to an understanding. We have no idea why they say this. And then we have the Page of Swords that is like, okay, here, I'm saying something as well. Like, oh, you're attacking me? Okay, I'm attacking you back. Something like this. So probably they could say or release a statement or something that could actually do more damage to their image than anything. I see them like just reacting, or someone responding out of impulsivity, and this actually can come out a bit wrong, or maybe the public is not going to like it, or they are going to be like more on EXO side, you know, and from the company being like, you know, you shouldn't have said that about the guys, or you shouldn't have done this, because we have the Hermit in here. So I believe that they could, you know, impulsively release a statement or say something or do something with information to defend themselves. And then with the Hermit, it's like then going back to silence, because it's like, oh no, we mess up. So yeah, I also see them like remaining a bit quiet after, you know, sort of like you know, saying something or releasing information, or just like, you know, talking. But I think that from their side is going to be seen very unprofessional, probably. So with the Hermit, it's like, okay, we have to go back to ourselves, go back to our cave, and sort of review this in private. I believe they want to resolve this in private as well. At the end, they're going to resolve it in private, you know, with no one knowing, or not the public being involved. We have the Four of Pentacles as the resolution for this. So both parties are very stubborn. Both parties are very stuck in their ways, in what they believe that they deserve. So I think that it's going to be also like a long argument, like a sort of push and pull. I don't see it being resolved now. I think that both parties are very much interested in, you know, in keeping something, in keeping each other's side. You know, it's like, okay, I'm right, and the other party is like, no, I'm right. So I can see this, you know, being a bit stuck from time to time. Maybe now they're talking about it, but probably in the future, or in a few months, like at least this year, there's not going to be a resolution. I would say there's going to be like more talks and more like reunions, and but I think that it's going to be a push and pull constantly, because both parties don't want to let go. So yes, and the card that I pulled as an advice for this situation, and I got the Nine of Pentacles, that it says gratitude. So I honestly, I think that this is the card of gratitude. I think that definitely it should be applied to both parties. You know, like both of them should be more grateful. Even though you know, there's this balance, you know, definitely there's the company is bigger and is sort of trying to manipulate, you know, the situation, but there's something with that. You know, sometimes when you're like, okay, you make me go through hell, but somehow I'm grateful that you made it so hard for me to go independent, because at the end, now I know my value. You know, now that I'm away from you, I know my value. And now that I'm separated from you, now I know what I'm worth. And the Nine of Pentacles also is a very individualistic card. You know, it's about our own achievements, the achievements that the pride that we take in the things that we do individually, but also don't forget where you come from. Like, don't forget, like, when you think about the Nine of Pentacles, is this person showing very proudly like they have this Nine of Pentacles. But it's like, you went through a long journey to sort of collect these 9 pentacles. So even though now you're independent or now you're on your own, don't forget where you come from. Don't forget who gave you the first coins. And I think that also from SM perspective, is also this feeling of like, if the guys are on a different stage in their professional life, or if they are independent and if they have their own company, instead of you wanting to take advantage of them, you should show gratitude, gratitude and pride in just saying like, oh, we are happy, we are proud of these guys because they came from our company. Like, they are no longer with us, but they came from our company. They started here with us, and look where they are now. What a pride, to see them grow on their own. I think that this is the lesson that both parties should like. Of course, that this is about money and recognition and ego. So definitely, if this is business related, maybe this card or this message sounds too like too spiritual, or maybe too like too positive for something that it has to do with money and power struggles. But I think that the Nine of Pentacles is like, no one is attacking each other's potential or fame or prestige or reputation. I think that both parties should settle down and should, be show gratitude towards each other, instead of just like push and pull and push and pull, push and pull, and I believe that also maybe for SM it's also like, reminding them that they should show a bit much more of respect and pride for the artists that were once an SM idol or an SM artist and they are no longer. I think that they should embrace change, and instead of talking less about or talking from a negative point of view to the former artist, under their company, they should be a bit more grateful, instead of trying to, treat them like they are nobodies because they are not part of the company. I think that there's something also from SM that they should learn to be more grateful, sort of appreciate what the artist gave you when they were with you, and also wish them well in their new journey. I think that they should also learn to do that. They are not, that an idol is going to build their own company or is going somewhere else. It doesn't mean that they are abandoning you or they are betraying you. There's this very old traditional view that needs to be destroyed. There's an old point of view that is very obsolete right now, that is about like, oh, whoever leaves me is the enemy. No, it shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't do that, because definitely from SM, not from SM, from EXO members, EXO-CBX, I see that definitely they felt the different treatment. They felt the disrespect. They felt like that it seems like they suddenly everyone lose respect of them, and they treat them differently, and it shouldn't be like that, because they still have some work to do, in there and with them. So they should treat them better. And I think that this is not just about the CEOs. I think that probably this is the mentality of a lot of people working in SM, at SM, that they have this hostility towards the members that decided to go independent. And this mentality has to change. This mentality has to shift. You can no longer be like this, because that will make you a bully. So yeah, This is all I have. I hope it makes sense, guys. I believe it's going to be like, you have to be patient to see. The guys are okay. They have this feeling of like, feeling like they're not good enough, but they are not resisting anything. They are not worried. They are actually mentally, they are just like, whatever it will be, will be. So don't worry about them if you're a fan. So yeah, guys, this is all I see for them today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you are a fan and you want to give a feedback, I would appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. Bye.